I have your client here, Mr. Wyckoff, with me.
Yes, Judge.
We sent him for another drug test today.
Yes.
He tested positive for cocaine and THC.
All right, Judge. Are you going to?
How can I let him go when he's testing positive for cocaine?
I've talked to him.
The last, you ain't giving me no
numerous
window.
times.
The last test was confirmed negative, Judge, or it was positive just for THC.
Your last test here tested positive for only THC. And now you're testing positive for cocaine.
Using, I probably been on my pants or something.
I don't want you to say anything,
Haven't
but
been using. I was just in here.
everybody
Friday.
using? I don't want you to use alcohol or illegal drugs.
I haven't been.
And you just tested positive again for cocaine. It's not the first time.
Right off the bat, positive for cocaine and THC. This is exactly the kind of moment judges hate because it instantly raises public safety concerns. What do you think, viewers? Should repeated dirty tests mean automatic jail time or another chance?
It's not the second time. Goes with you. Joseph, he'll pop up on tomorrow's docket, and I guess I'll reach out to you then, and we'll see how we go forward.
Stop talking.
All right, I'll be in the courthouse, Judge, so I can just stop by.
All right. Thanks, Joseph.
Thank you.
Tell me about your guy.
So I spoke with him. We've been trying to work things out with him.
Get it.
Financial things like that. And I think just based on the amount of time we've already given him, I'm asking for the office.
Has he filled out the application?
Yeah, he did. We went ahead and got it done. And I spoke with him a little bit to understand what's going on. And if he is able to work something out, he says he'll follow up with us down the road, but he understands for now.
Come up. Come up. Yes. Are you married?
No. You know your Honor.
Who do you live with anyone?
I live with my girlfriend.
Okay. How much money does your girlfriend make a month? Do you need to, this is all the stuff you've left a lot of stuff blank. You need to fill this out. I'll grant your motion, okay? But you're not done with this. You need to fill this out correctly. You've not filled it out. So I'll give it back to you to fill out.
I don't really know how much it's close to $1,500 a month. You know, that's what she's making.
I'll give it back to you to fill out, but we need you to, complete it, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Grant your motion.
Yes, sir.
All right, come on.
So essentially,
Was restitution paid?
We're not able to pay restitution.
No.
The state hasn't contacted the complainant in 2 years, Judge.
Question. Because here it says on 12/2, $250 restitution was due before the time served was offered.
I talked to Morgan. I talked to Morgan about this. Yes, Judge, and he's correct. The last time that the complainant's been contacted is 2022, and so we haven't been able to reach out again. We haven't been able to get in contact.
Have you attempted to reach out to the complaining witness?
We can reach out if you want us to. We can reach out.
You haven't reached out?
Since the last report we have from 2022, Your Honor. And so we can.
I mean, we reset this from 12/2 to 12/9 to 12/16, 3 different times, and not once has the complaining witness ever been attempted to be reached. Am I getting that right, Alex?
That's correct, Your Honor. Not since 2022.
Judge, this complaint was read in 2022 by Mr. Morse, and defense advice. And last time we approached regarding this case, we said that restitution and then take the plea. But defense has advised me that he can't pay the $250.
No, it's not fair. I mean,
If the state attempts to get a hold of him again and just simply can't, will that be okay for the court?
they have before. That's always been
I understand that. The complainant has not attempted to follow up and contact them and ask about the 250.
they've never even reached out since the last 3 settings. I guess Alex reach out to see if that's still correct, but I'm going to tell you now, it's not fair that there's an accident, there's restitution, everybody should be made whole, and that's it. It can always be done through probation as well, but yeah. Can you give me 2 minutes?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
see.
Yes, sir. So, Your Honor, I got a hold of the husband who said the vehicle was totaled and
Come up, sir.
the amount that he told me is actually $500 deductible, and he's going to send that document by the end of today.
Okay.
So,
It is what it is, but I'm,
The 4th or the 6th?
Mr. Romero, sir, I want you to understand something that Harris County, we have so many people here and we have so many accidents. It's ridiculous. We have car insurance for a reason. When you're driving, you're expected to maintain and follow the law. One of those is maintain liability car insurance, because when you don't and you get into an accident, there are very, very big consequences. Let's say, for example, somehow someone goes out, gets into an accident and kills someone. Who do you think they're going to come after? Right. And they will get a judgment, and then just who knows what they can attach, who knows how much they can sue you for. And when that happens, you'll never recover from it. That's why for $40 to $50 a month, you get insurance that protects you in the event. They can also give you a lawyer to help you with these types of cases when there's something that happens. But God forbid something catastrophic really happens and ruins your life because of it. I routinely get emails where people come to me and say, hey, how do I get help here? I've gotten into an accident. They're suing me for $50,000 and I now have to go hire a lawyer and I don't have any money to go hire a lawyer. What do I do? This is real life. This is what you do. Now, in this case here, there is a deductible of how much?
$500.
That's part of the agreement. So that's something that it was part of the agreement when they initially did this. So you're working, right?
Not completely, sir.
Why not?
Since because the winter came.
Positive tests for cocaine and THC immediately create situations that judges find troubling because they pose clear public safety risks. They prompt questions about whether repeated failed tests should result in jail or if someone should be given another chance. The same logic applies to why Texas judges treat uninsured driving so seriously. One accident can deplete your finances, trigger lawsuits, and even lead to jail time if someone is injured.
Sometimes I don't. And that's the only way, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to, in a sort of way, maintain paying bills.
You have children.
Yes, sir.
How are you supporting your children, man?
We're the same way. I'm going by Home Depot, sending them money them because I'm not with them.
There are other ways. Find a trade. I'm sure that you have friends that are either carpenters, brick masons, something other where you can learn a trade, be good at it,
Sir.
make a name for yourself, and you can really make some money. Hanging out at Home Depot, waiting for someone that's not the one to find.
I mean, I hear you, sir. I hear you, but like you say, I've been going through like companies here. Trust me, I've been going everywhere. And my last resource, my last option is to go right there because, that's the only way that I can find something at the moment while I'm waiting for something to happen.
Judge, I'd like to see what documentation complainant can come with, so we can see the validity of that. If that is something that they're truly going to want as a condition of anything, we have to put it on like a probation.
I mean, it's
a trial,
Are you okay with bypassing that?
Sorry, Judge. what was your
Are you
question?
okay with bypassing the deductible and just going forward with it?
I believe so, Judge.
The problem is, Mr. Ramirez, how is it fair?
It's not fair.
Why? You know, it's,
Not fair, sir. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm willing to like pay for my crime, pay.
but that's not what it's about. I get it. But the problem is now all you're doing is you're making your life more difficult in the process. You know,
Yes, sir.
the more convictions you get, the harder it becomes to get a job. And the harder it becomes to get a job, all you're doing is you're continually shooting yourself in the foot over and over and over. This life can be either a great journey or it could be an awful journey.
Yes, sir.
And the more convictions you get,
The harder it is.
think before you act. Think before you speak. It's not hard. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. You need to realize that. Don't get into a car if you don't have insurance. If you don't have a license, don't get into a car. I will have jurisdiction.
This right here is why Texas judges go hard on uninsured drivers. One accident can bankrupt you, trigger lawsuits, and even lead to jail time if someone's hurt. The judge isn't fear-mongering. This is the reality of civil liability. Viewers, have you ever seen a case where a small accident turned into a huge financial nightmare?
Over you for the next 5 years. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
State, you okay with going forward?
Yes, Your Honor, we would be fine with the time served on the FSGI in exchange for the dismissal on the UCW, and we can waive rest.
And then as far as the weapon is forfeited, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the weapon will be forfeited. You're not going to get this weapon back. Do you understand?
Sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. This is going to go on your record, like I said, and it's going to be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. You understand? This can also have immigration consequences as well. If you're not a citizen, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. If you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail, it's only a matter of time before ICE gets a hold of you and you'll be stuck like Chuck in there. Do you understand? You better live with a freaking halo because you have a lot to lose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. You cannot change this. You understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of failure to stop and give information? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I'll find you guilty, sentence you to the 3 days in jail, credit for the time that you've done. Is it 2 days?
It's
9 days in jail, credit for the 3 days that you've done. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you. All right, thanks, Phil. And thank you.
So, Mr. Curry, Your Honor, for a plea.
Good morning, Mr. Curry. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Curry, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're also charged with criminal trespass. Is that it? The agreement looks like you've worked out is they're going to dismiss the criminal trespass in exchange for your plea on the theft. It's 35 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. Is this how you understand it, Mr. Curry?
Yeah.
It's time, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is this how you understand it? It's not time served. You still have a little bit more time to do.
No, he has, I think we may be written up separately. We did it.
I have 35 credit for 2.
He has 35 days
I don't know.
credit for the, it's weird because it was in the theft, but they didn't credit him for the,
We're pleading to the theft, right?
yes, we're playing on the theft. And it was,
So it looks like the original offer was put in was for 3 days time served. For some reason, the plea paperwork was filed incorrectly and says 35 days. So we're gonna refile that.
You want to, Okay,
Okay, well, stand down and then.
yeah,
Yeah, because it only says 2 days on mine.
yeah. They're gonna have to redo it. Okay, yeah, for sure. All right, so we're back, Mr. Curry. So the agreement that you have worked out is 3 days in jail on the theft, where you're facing up to 6 months and or $2,000 fine, credit for the, you said two?
Okay, that's what the. paper
Yeah,
was.
it's 2 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. Mr. Curry, you need to understand, at some point, they're gonna hit you with a felony if you continue to pick up these cases. Do you understand? Then you're facing years instead of days. As part of the agreement, they're going to dismiss the criminal trespass. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot take this away.
This isn't exaggeration, it reflects how civil liability actually works. Many people have seen a minor crash turn into a financial nightmare. When judges caution about immigration consequences, it's not for effect. Even a misdemeanor can lead to detention, deportation, or a long-term ban under federal law. These moments highlight just how quickly a single mistake can alter the course of someone's life.
It successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record, which is really important, you know. But you need to understand that you give up nearly every right known to man by entering into this agreement. And if you complete it successfully, like I said, you don't end up with a conviction. But if you do something to violate this agreement, we issue a warrant for your arrest. Shh. We put you in custody, bring you back out, determine if you violated it. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year in jail. You understand? To complete it successfully, you must do a thinking for a change. You must also do an anger management class. You must also do a TRAS, which is an evaluation to see what other conditions you may need. If they assess further conditions, you must fulfill them. No threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with the Derek Michael Waters and Miss Mendoza. Do you understand? Like I said, if you violate this, we issue a warrant for your arrest, and then you're looking at a lot of time in jail. I'll make you a deal. If you do well, you get all your classes done. If you're nice to everybody, we can perhaps take you off in half the time. You could be done in 6 months if you get everything done quick, and most of all, be nice to everybody. Which thinking for a change did you want?
Whatever the standard one is, that's all the three reports, like thinking for a change, whatever the standard report is.
So I guess just do the smaller one. Yeah. Right. It's a big deal because there's the long thinking for change, which is 4 months, and then there's the smaller one. So we're not asking much. You also understand there's no weapons and you cannot consume alcohol or illegal drugs as well.
This was,
How old are you, man?
How old are you, Judge?
How old are you,
How
man?
old are you?
19.
19.
Did you graduate from high school? Did you graduate from high school? Okay.
No, sir, and yes, sir, to the judge.
So what are you going to do with yourself? What are you
Ma'am,
going to do with yourself? Shh. You're 19. You didn't graduate from high school. Where are you going?
Trying to go for it. I've been working right now. I'm in a promotion of getting my GED.
I'd like to make that a condition as well. Please. Guys, if you're okay with that.
Yes, Judge, we're okay with that.
That's probably one of the most important things here. You cannot go through life without having your GED. You will make pennies to when anybody else is making $1. It's a proven fact. You have to have at least a high school education. You have to know something in this life. Knowledge is power. Don't rely on a man. That man may never be there in the future for you. And if you don't have a skill, if you don't have a trade, if you don't have a career, you'll be penniless and life sucks without money. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm going to do is within 3 weeks, we want to see that she signed up for a GED class. I'd like to keep it here, or I'd like to keep it close so that we can seriously monitor her. I'm going to monitor you myself because I want to make sure that you're at least getting your GED. It's extremely important. Do you understand, Ms. Torres?
Yes, sir.
I will waive all your costs for everything that I can. It's never about money. It's about you doing what you say you're going to do and staying out of trouble. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, once you are in with us, you're signing a contract with us. And I'm going to tell you now, I will hold you to this until you get your GED. And if you start playing with us, you start toying with us, we can amend it, put you in, take you back out until you take us seriously. No dope, no alcohol, get your GED. Give me questions. If you ever have a question, if you ever have an issue, all you have to do is tell us. In here, you have to be able to talk with us, tell us what's going on if there's ever a problem. If you just take off and you blow us off, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. You will end up going to jail. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to hold you to this until, at a minimum, you get your GED. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Sorry?
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I'm not going to find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Get it done. Make us proud. Good luck, man.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Gibb.
Yes, sir. We were just going to do this plea a couple weeks ago, and Your Honor,
You don't
PTI.
have to say anything else.
Okay,
If
okay.
it just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. I mean, you know, Ms. Rochelle, you're old enough to understand that actions have consequences. And then when you do this, this is a lifetime action, you know? You cannot come back in this future and say, you know what, I changed my mind. I've got buyer's remorse. I want to return it like I want to go to Target. You know, once you plead guilty, that's it. Goes on your record. And there are consequences. You get pulled over, an officer is going to see this. You have the smell of alcohol, you got the smell of dope. What's going to happen? You have to be conscious. And what we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine accusers, the right to be arraigned, charged, read in open court. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeals, is what I was saying, that once you plead guilty, there's no turning back. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do?
This is the turning point. Judges warn about immigration consequences because one misdemeanor can snowball into detention, deportation, or a permanent ban. It's not drama, it's federal law. This moment shows the stakes. One wrong move and life changes forever.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty? You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. But like I'm telling you, this can be used to enhance punishment in the future. From now on, you will be looking at a second DWI if you pick one up. And from now on, it's up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine, not to mention a minimum of 30 days. Do you understand? All right. How did you plead? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, and I'm going to sentence you to the 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 90 days, ma'am. Do not drive until you get a license. Now, the other thing that you need to understand is DWI is extremely big business in the state of Texas. And when you pick up a DWI, there are surcharges in the amount of around $3,000. If you have a 0.15 or above, it's $4,500 that you owe. And if you don't pay it, you don't get a license until you do. Do you understand? On a second DWI, it's a $6,000 surcharge, not to mention court costs. So you pick up a second DWI, you could be looking at around $7,000 in fines and fees when you walk out of here. So what I'm trying to tell you is one button on a phone, one button, wherever you want to go, they'll take you wherever. You understand? Where do we go from here? As far as surcharges and,
Michelle's currently not working. She just got evicted from her apartment actually, and we'll be moving back to Arkansas, back home. So we have to have surcharges.
are you working?
No, I recently lost my vehicle, so I'm not able to get to work, which is why I recently got evicted, which is why I can't do the PTI. So I have to move back.
Thank you.
Got the letter.
Are your folks around? Okay, go back. Go back. There's nothing wrong. You know, when I graduated law school, I was what, 30s? I